So last week I dropped a video discussing Marvel's announcement of a few new titles dropping later this fall, but not to be outdone, no, DC just announced a few titles dropping this fall as well, coming September. We have a couple actually from the world of Aquaman, a couple villains making some waves. Ha, get it? Making waves, Aquaman, killing. And then we have another villain who's coming back to having on the title as well. So we're gonna start with the world of Aquaman because we actually have 3 Aquaman projects coming this year. We're gonna start with the 100-page Spectacular, which a lot you've seen kind of celebrating 80 years. So Aquaman is just gonna be the latest character to get that, which is basically just collaboration with a bunch of characters in like a variety of covers presenting different eras of different characters. We've seen Batman, Wonder Woman, Robin, who else has had one? Superman, I think Green Arrow is either has one in the works or is coming. I feel like I just pre-ordered that, but I'm thinking of something else. And then Joker even got one. So, but that's not really a new announcement because we already seen that coming. But we do have Aquaman The Becoming starring Jackson Hyde, which is supposed to, we don't have any story details, but I imagine a lot of people are looking forward to this and we just kind of appreciate seeing him get some spotlight here. So his creative team is Brandon Thomas, Diego Olortegui, Wayne Von Badger, and then another one who they only listed his last name, or the last name is Lucas, which I imagine is probably the letter. But the only thing we know so far, this is going to be a 6-issue miniseries, and this is actually just kind of, I don't know if this is an altered version of the same character, but I believe this was the same one that appeared in Brightest Day some years ago after Blackest Night. So I don't know, a lot of people I imagine will probably be looking forward to this one, especially because with June being kind of we're seeing a lot of celebration projects dropped about Pride and LGBTQ, and they say, at least in some of the information I read, that Jackson Hyde is supposed to be one of the most prominent characters in that demographic, which I didn't feel like he was that prominent. I mean, absolutely there are a lot of characters in comics, especially with DC has a lot, but I just didn't realize how big his stature was. I didn't realize he could even be in the area of being called prominent, but if he is, that's cool. So again, all we know right now, 6-issue miniseries dropping sometime in September. Now the other Aqua-related project, that one I'm looking forward to, is my man Black Manta is back with he's had, outside of I think a one-shot during, was that New 52? I believe this is his first series, which I'm looking forward to. Another 6-issue miniseries dropping September 7th. And yes, this looks cool because I like this cover right here. But we got Chuck Brown and Valentine DeLandro collaborating on this one. And some information we got is Black Manta's after some I don't know what, just some rare metal, and he's linking up with a former ally named Tord, who apparently just escaped from hell. So there's that. And then I guess he's going to be colliding with Devil Ray, and they kind of said that his new competition. I don't know if Devil Ray is a new character or they were just saying his new competition, and either going or I guess he's trying to make his claim for the biggest villain of the seas, something like that. I don't know, but this would be cool to get Black Manta in the 6-issue miniseries. And after you talk about this next series, I'm gonna bring it back to I want to talk about some just villains just getting the spotlight like this. But yeah, so Black Manta, the 6-issue miniseries, and I want to see Tord and what the hell happened when, I don't even know who Tord is, but they escaped hell, so I'm curious to see what the hell that was all about, and I'm sure they'll kind of go over it a little bit in the series. But yeah, so September 7th. Last up, we got the Terminator himself, Deathstroke. Yes, Slade Wilson back with another series, and dropping at the end of September 28th. This one's another 6-issue miniseries, and another slew of creators as well. We got Joshua Williamson and Howard Porter, who recently done some work on The Flash, and Howard Porter obviously been known in the world of The Flash for some time now because he's been associated with that title for a while. But after suffering too many losses, Slade Wilson decides it's time for a change when he's enlisted to work with an ages-old secret organization called Trust, Trust, who wants to take down the heavy hitter villains. He's all in. All right, so Slade Wilson's back in Deathstroke Inc. And what's also interesting about this is one of the covers has Black Canary on it. Now, first when I first saw this, I took it as it was going to be a Black Canary backup feature, which I thought was odd as hell, but kind of fitting with a lot of the other ways that some DC series are kind of taking, or DC's adding price hikes to several series, and some of them have some backup features. So I was like, oh, is it going to go that way? That's kind of weird. Black Canary's had her own title before, so she could absolutely stand on her own. She's definitely popular enough, and like her character is well built up enough. But I think it's going to actually stem from with all the Leviathan and then Checkmate stuff that's going on right now as well, and then her and Green Arrow are connected to that. So I imagine Green Arrow will pop up in this as well, and he should factor in. It's going to be a short series again, but I imagine he will factor into this as well. So this one could be like a pretty star-studded event by the end of it. So I'm looking forward to this one, like between this one and Black Manta, because I want to see Black Manta explored more. But with everything with Checkmate, and then the potential of who might show up in here and what else could happen with Trust, like, I don't know, like China Way, like, sorry Jackson, but like these two are definitely the heavy hitters of these three new announcements. So I don't know, I think, and at first, honestly, I just really kind of made the decision that I'm gonna check out this Deathstroke story. Just like while I'm recording this right now, it's like, you know what, damn, I'm actually convincing myself. So I'm probably will going to check out that as well. But I definitely want to check out Black Manta, because that's a character I talk about. And then another subscriber, the Guys Ministry, we talked about Black Manta several times as well. And he actually mentioned this series in a comment the other day. I haven't even had a chance to respond to it, because I was already planning on making this video anyway, because I want to talk about this. But yeah, we're just two people who find Black Manta interesting. I think that's what he agreed as well. So hopefully I'm not misrepresenting his words. But yeah, so we got Jackson Hyde and Aquaman The Becoming, Black Manta, and Deathstroke Inc. all dropping September 7th for Black Manta, September 28th for Deathstroke Inc. And then Aquaman The Becoming sometime during that month. All is looking like to be 6-issue miniseries. But I think Deathstroke, I guess DC's website was offering up a 12-issue miniseries. So I could see that for sure, definitely, because he's obviously carried several series, and his other one just ended not that long ago. So I could see that one being a 12-issue miniseries. That probably sounds more right than a 6-issue series. But yeah, so those are the 3 new series. Now let's go back quickly. I want to touch on the villains. And I like this because we've seen several villains throughout comics in throughout several decades. Obviously Joker had a series a long time ago. So Joker's had series. We've seen several miniseries. Hobgoblin had one during Axis. Carnage has had several one-shots. And then his series, which was like 14 issues a few years back. Deathstroke, obviously, and different, again, more of one-shots, especially during New 52. What was it, Villain? I don't remember what it was called, but we've seen that. We've seen Super Villain Team Up, Marvel, and I was thinking about the different characters, different villains who've had miniseries. Dr. Doom just had one, and some people might even argue Anti-Hero, and several villains kind of teeter that line at different points. But it's just a nice, and it gives you a introspective, because you get to build a world, and you obviously aren't going to have characters lead a title where they're just going to be running around killing, so, or killing like mass people. So, and Taskmaster just had one as well. So there is definitely an established base for kind of providing a supervillain with their own spotlight, and then you kind of expand their world. You might go into their background, wherever they're located at, or just their history, and expanding their origin, their base, their family, like their close allies, supervillain allies, and even their relationships with heroes. So there's all these different things you could do when you put a villain in a spotlight like this. So I just think that's just great, and you just establish, or expanding and building up their stature as well. So heroes only as good as their villains, and this definitely just makes some of these villains cooler when you put more into them. So looking forward to that. What series do you think, or which ones are you looking forward to? And again, I like some of these because I like putting want to see more on Black Manta, and then putting him right in the spotlight like this is great. So yeah, just let me know. Black Manta, you got Jackson Hyde and Aquaman as he kind of takes up that role, and then Deathstroke again, and we'll see if what Checkmate and Green Arrow and Black Canary, how they all factor into this as well. So yeah, share your thoughts in the comments below. Which ones are you looking forward to? Have you heard of some of these? And have you read any of their previous series? And what other villains do you think would make for good either miniseries, ongoing series, master series? Share it all in the comments below. Happy reading, happy hunting, happy collecting. This is GENOTHADRAGON. Thanks for watching, and peace out.